And here we go on lap 15. We're going to make a move on Nicholas Latifi, diving down into Mirabeau. Oh no!
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What is up, racers? And welcome to another video of our F1 2021 My Team Career Mode, episode number 3 today for the Monaco Grand Prix. If you missed our previous video at the Spanish Grand Prix, then be sure to check that one out. Quite a topsy-turvy, nightmarish race, drop to reality as we spin it and lose P8 in the Constructors. And as you remember, that is our sponsor goal. So we need to get our act together. And unfortunately, I don't think that'll happen in Monaco. But anyway, let's look at the positives. And this isn't one of those positives. Our rear downforce upgrade fails, so we have to reinvest some resource points into that. That being said, our engine power upgrade is successful, which is good. But it could be better. Making it better, we're going to invest in a major weight reduction upgrade to the monocoque. And similar to what we did with our chassis department last episode, we're going to purchase a quality control upgrade to our powertrain department. So that way, more engine power upgrades like the one we just got will come in successfully. But as we advance the activity timeline, as we need to get ready for Monaco, because Monaco, if you remember from last year's game, Monaco was not a fan favorite. But that being said, things are on the up, as a lot of our upgrades are positive. But before we enter the race weekend,
thanks so much for the invitation to your HQ. Let's have a little chat about the team's performance this season. Upgrades to your facilities seem to have stalled. Is there no more room for improvement, or are you prioritizing other areas?
Will, are you on drugs? We literally just invest in a powertrain department.
Your second driver seems to be getting much more comfortable with their car. Have you been focusing on their development?
I mean, I think we have to focus on Sato's development. He is very disappointing.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
What kind of answer are you trying to get out of me, Will? No.
Your team's been picking up points fairly consistently. Do you think you'll be able to become a challenge to the top teams in the future?
Bruh. Will, we literally have no points.
You've been struggling to get points this season. What are the key areas of improvement you need to make to the team?
Okay, Will, okay, this is just one of the errors, one of the things that need to be improved to the interview questions. It's a preset bunch of interview questions that are given. So obviously, there's going to be tons of inconsistencies, as in this moment.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
No problem, Will. I'm going to invest in media coaching because I needed a better answer in that last set of answers we had. And while we're here at Driver Perks, we're going to purchase a power mapping upgrade, which is going to reduce our engine wear by 10%. Something that we will need to look into, as reliability is more important this year. But that being said, we're still the 4th worst team in Formula 1, and heading into the Monaco Grand Prix weekend, it's going to be a dry race. Thankfully, the last thing I need around Monaco is wet weather. But into practice 1, and we're P15. Sato's down in P20 on the same compound. That being said, this better than I expected. I thought we'd be around where Sato was, to be honest. But at the same time, it wasn't fun driving the practice programs around here. Practice 2, we improved by a place, and Sato improves quite a bit, but on the softs, but we're still 2 seconds behind the lead car. So this seems to be around where our car is. And in practice 3, we dropped down to P16. On the softs, still 2 seconds behind. So as you can tell, this race, it's going to be damage limitation, I think. It's never been a great track for me. Clearly, if you've watched last year's Monaco Grand Prix on F1 2020, you know I struggle. And we will struggle to get anywhere near where Perez is at the moment, but let's look positively as we head into qualifying, and maybe we can scrap something together. And here we are into Monaco. And right away, I will tell you, our car setup is the maximum downforce setup because you need downforce around Monaco. But please leave an answer in the comments, comment down below if you have a better setup in mind. But as we head through up Beau Rivage and through Casino, this car has become a boat. I mean, it was already kind of boaty after Spain, but my god, around Monaco, it's so obvious. Like, I can't get down the power, and oh my god! When I get on the power, my front wing gets removed, as that curb is lethal. It's so R&D. Like, I go on that curb sometimes, and it's fine. And then sometimes I go on it, and I just lose the back end. So there we go. First Q1 run is ruined. That being said, it wasn't going to be a good time anyway. But here we are. the end of Q1 on a new set of soft compound tires, and we're going to run the whole lap because this was my best lap of the session. Through Saint-Devote, up Beau Rivage, cut the curve a little bit, but even in the right braking point I was struggling. As we head through turn 3 into Casino, I believe. Oh god, I forgot the track map already. Do Mirabeau O now. Literally can't hit the braking point. Now we get into the Grand Hotel hairpin. And we go very wide. We make contact to the wall, which means our front wing is definitely damaged. Do Mirabeau Bas and into Portier. Heading through the Monaco tunnel. Sector 2 is a nightmare to drive for me. I don't know. At this point, I don't even know if it's the setup, if it's the fact that I'm on a controller. But nothing seems to be working. Through the Nouvelle chicane, this is the part where I make up most of the time, albeit I do cut the curb quite a bit. But now to Sector 3, my best sector in F1 2020 and in F1 2021, that is not the case. Through the swimming pool section, and we get a decent run. I have to ride that curb, which probably means, since it's a sausage curb, that I am ruining my underbody. Through Rascasse and into the last corner, down the only DRS straight, and it is a useless DRS straight because you cannot overtake around Monaco because this straight is not long enough. And we made the B12, and I hit the wall. But Sebastian Vettel gets provisional pole, tops the session. I mean, this is where F1 fans, we thought Vettel would be after being signed to Aston Martin, after seeing how dominant the Racing Point was. And he's 100ths ahead of Valtteri Bottas. As for us, we do not do as well as Vettel. We are barely making it out of Q1, and Sato's down in P18. And the pain only gets worse from here. I would rather drive the final chicane of Spain 1,000,000 times over than Monaco on a controller. As you can see, through the hairpin, but we're under pressure by, I believe that's Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. He's just egging us along the entire time to head through the swimming pool section. We go a little wide and through the last part, and oh my god, who's the back end again? We hit the wall, go to the front wing, and oh, hi Stroll. Yeah, I hate Monaco. Hate it. I hate it. Dumb. Anyway, here we go. The car again is being very boaty, even on a new set of tires, and we're being pressured by the Red Bull. Great, as we head through the Monaco tunnel, we've made up a bit of time. I mean, we can't even tell we made up time, because I spin it every time. Marshals, I see what you're doing. Look at me. Don't do that. You're making me feel terrible. Like, see, even the marshals won't even recognize my presence because of how many mistakes I'm making. This has been the worst qualifying session on any F1 game I've ever done. I just can't, like, the handling this year just doesn't work at all. But heading through the first sector, we do make up some time, but we lose the back end. We somehow managed to keep it from being destroyed into the wall, and we lose all the good time we made up. That being said, if we pass the Nouvelle chicane, we're up 13 seconds. That doesn't say much considering we spun there, so we have no indication of where we are, but we're going to cross the line at the 1 minute 12 around, and we're at the bottom of Q2. Kind of where I expected to be, and we have a lot of work to do, because Monaco and overtakes are not two words you see together. It's damage limitation as we head into the race.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco then. It's not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo, and although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, Vettel and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Ocon, Raikkonen, the engineer, Mick Schumacher and Marino Sato, Russell, Giovinazzi, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
And here we are, once again on the grid. And once again, Jeff has no radio message for me, probably because he's very mad that we're not doing very well for Toyota. But hopefully we can salvage something together and hope that some people throw some heroics into Saint Devote. But here's the strategy. It's saying to go on a set of hard tires. We're going to overcut the field and then switch the mediums. I tried to tinker to see whether I could switch the medium stint for a soft tire stint, but we were going to lose 12 seconds. And the softs only work if you can overtake, which is impossible around Monaco. So we're just going to stick with the recommended strategy, and let's just see where we end up. It's a long race. Let's see what we can do with 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go, and it's a pretty good start off the line. We pass Kimi Raikkonen immediately. Ocon blocks us off on the inside. We're going to dive down the outside into Saint Devote, and Ocon really throws some heroics, and he dives down, cuts the curb, and takes the position back as we were boxed in by Yuki Tsunoda. But we're not going to stay behind Ocon for long. We're going to dive into Mirabeau O. We're going to see if we can get it done, going up against the wall. That's the best overtake I've ever done around Monaco. Remember how I said overtakes don't really happen around Monaco? Yeah, it's because of that, how tight it is. But we didn't make any contact with Ocon, and we did very, very well for ourselves. But look at the replay, tons of wheel spin off the line, and Ocon does defend very well there. But look at how he dives down the inside, and Yuki did not help us out there. But here we go, diving down the inside into Mirabeau, and this was great. We managed to slow the car down just enough, and look at that. No contact between us and Ocon. Ocon actually gives us plenty of space, so good on him actually. Good for him for letting us race together. But now we're up against an AI behind us, and we'll be feeling the pressure just as we felt it from the Red Bull and from Stroll in qualifying. As you can see, through the swimming pool section, we lose the backhand slightly over that curve. We have to cut the chicane again, kind of what Lance Stroll did. And we all know that because the Monaco TV director made it very obvious that he had. Yep. Not only is the track terrible to drive on in the game, but the TV direction in real life is terrible too. Listen, I understand Monaco is all about tradition, but just get rid of it. No, it's not good racing. Like there has to be some way you can have Monaco and not have it be a race. So terrible. And I can't do the hairpin still. Like, it was a problem in F1 2020, and it's a huge problem now. I just can't get can't carry enough power in and out of the corner. And I have no confidence through there, and that's where the AI is extending the gap. Tsunoda's, we've been getting it within a second of Tsunoda, but then the hairpin just completely ruins it every time. On to lap 3 now, nothing's changed. We hit the wall on the inside of Tabak. And undoubtedly we have front wing damage, because we look at the replay, just keep an eye on the left front end plate. As you can see, a bit of it has come off. And even just a tiny nibble like that, despite not showing up on the MFD, we have a huge loss of downforce through the last corner. We literally have to stop on the apex to try and make it. And Ocon, with DRS, is somehow making a move up the inside. We squeeze him out into Saint Devote, and we keep the position. But all this fighting between him and us and Ocon is extending the gap to Tsunoda, and our chance of points is dwindling every minute. We dive down into Rascas. We still can't get the car to brake where we wanted to. And I don't know if you've heard, but Jeff was saying Ocon was having fuel management issues. But I don't think it's affected. We hit the pit wall. And more front wing damage, undoubtedly, because I was looking, Ocon was putting me under so much pressure. I was looking behind, and I accidentally steered into the wall.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Honestly, we're very lucky that we didn't just destroy the car. But as you can see, a boat through Massenet into Casino, like, that's just, like, the car was already a boat, but the more downforce we stripped off of it because of stupid mistakes is just making the car even boatier and impossible to drive. And as you can see, there was a tiny nibble of front wing gone. As you go through the hairpin, impossible now. We're literally riding the curb just so we can clear it, get this good steering lock. And as we head into the tunnel, Jeff is going to recommend a new strategy because, well, we're really lacking downforce. And I'm just waiting for the radio messages. Ocon is in our slipstream. I'm going to see if we can go down the inside of us at the Nouvelle Chicane. We brake a little later, and we just managed to get it through. And Jeff doesn't recommend a new strategy. How? We have no downforce. Heading through the Casino, wide open.
What the f?
Ocon, what the heck are you doing?
Wing damage. Recommend you box for a new one.
He's damaged our front wing. He dived us on the inside recklessly, and to make matters worse, he didn't even give us space. Where was the space you gave us in the first lap, Ocon? Look at this. I mean, albeit I did leave the space open for him because I just could not stop the car. I had no downforce, basically, and the car felt terrible. But look at Ocon. He just dives on the inside. You don't dive bomb around Monaco. I just realized I did that. Anyway, from Ocon's perspective, he doesn't even, like, look, he just steers as if we're not there, and he just pitches us right into the wall. What an idiot. AI.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
And now, Jeff is telling us to box for a new front wing, so we're going to go into a 2-stop now. A 2-stop around Monaco. Are you serious? We have to. I mean, as you can see, we just hit the front and the right wall of Tabac because we have no downforce. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, yeah. Anyway, we're going to pit now on lap 7, and we're going to be last at Monaco. This is a narrative I've seen before. If you've seen, I keep mentioning this, but just go watch F1 2020 Monaco GP to see what all the source of all this pain comes from as we enter the pits, and the team is ready to replace the front wing. That being said, this is a pretty good front wing change. If I do, I mean, okay, 7.3 seconds to replace a front wing and change tires. It's actually not bad, considering that the Alfa Romeo team in 2020 would take about 10 seconds to do that. It's not bad. You know what, Toyota? Good for you. But now, speaking of Toyota, in the most prestigious race of the season, is last. We're really not making a name for ourselves in the first 3 races. And we're behind Mazepin now. We should just retire. But anyway, on the mediums, we are making up ground to Mazepin. The extra grip and the clean air is really helping us through this race. Now, at least. And on the end of lap 12, we can see Mazepin now. And we need to pass him, because if I don't beat Mazepin in a race, I really should just give up my career. Because obvious reasons. Anyway, on to lap 13 now. We're finally within DRS of Nikita Mazepin. We're going to see if we can try and maybe get a move, but that's just not possible. I mean, it's near impossible. Like, the DRS straight around Monaco isn't even long enough. And if you have the guts to do a dive up Saint-Devote, there's not much room for errors. We dived on into Mirabeau O. Do the same move we did on Ocon, albeit we did kind of use Mazepin as an external brake. As you can see, we just kind of like bash into him and basically use him to try and stop our momentum. But no one's going to be mad about that, because Mazepin, well, he's not exactly loved, is he? It's not like as if I did that to like Daniel Ricciardo or Lando Norris. Then that would get riots, but the only person who's going to be mad is Mazepin, probably. But good move.
What's he doing, man? He f***ed my lap and then expects me to help him.
I mean, I didn't expect you to help me, Mazepin. You were just kind of there. Anyway, next up is Nicholas Latifi, a slower car. We can maybe take this position, but we lose the back end quickly. We were able to catch it, but that does kind of slow our charge to Nicholas Latifi. But let's see if things can work out for us. Here we go, up Beau Rivage on lap 15. We're going to see if we can dive down the inside of Nicholas Latifi around the casino. Blocks the way, but now we got to run into Mirabeau. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to dive on the inside, but we're not turning. We're not stopping.
What has happened? We need to know who's going to come out in front as we see Lance Stroll hitting the barrier and going over the curb one more.
Well, Stroll went over the curb, but we just hit the wall, and we get a 5-second penalty. Great! I love Monaco. Oh, I love this place so much. Can't you tell? Look at me. Like, I can't slow down. I was literally, like, I don't even think I brake that late. And I've done this move before, so why wasn't it working now on better tires? Look, I'm braking. You can see I'm going to switch to the cockpit view. And I'm literally, like, no matter how much steering lock I'm putting into the wheel, nothing is happening. Oh my god, I hate Monaco. And if I was complaining about lack of front wing damage being shown, there you go, our entire front wing gone. And Latifi, well, he's not going to be happy about our stupid heroics.
I got blocked, of course. What the idiot.
Yep. Speaking of idiots, here's a view from Nikita Mazepin's view. Watching another idiot. Me. Wow. Stupidity abound. And we have tons of damage. And we get another 5-second penalty. You know what? And if we need to chip out for a new front wing, I don't know how we're going to turn the car around. We're literally in the most embarrassing position, going backwards into the hairpin, and I've given up. You know what? Retirement. I'm done. Screw this. Goodbye.
This shit, I'm out. This shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. This shit, I'm out. Nope. This shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the just happened.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Anyway, on a brighter note, Valtteri Bottas seems to be having a great start to this season, having won 2 of the first 3 races, and he's actually leading the championship. That's right, Valtteri Bottas is actually coming through and winning the championship. Well, he's leading the championship. There's still about 17 races left. Anything can change, and for our sake and for the sake of Toyota racing, I really do hope our fortunes do change. But anyway, here's the standings. We're the only DNF. Great. The only thing that does kind of put my mind at ease is the fact that Sato didn't improve from P18. So that just might be where the car is right now, or on tracks like Monaco. And thankfully there aren't many tracks like Monaco. So this won't, hopefully we'll have better results in the future. Actually, I know we have better results in the future, because you can't get any worse than this. But that being said, pretty stock standard to the grid, nothing really stupendous happened, and Bottas takes an 8-point lead in the championship. That is a stupendous thing to happen. And I will say this, I get it. I know I'm not good around Monaco. I'm playing a controller. The car is an early My Team car, so it's not going to be very good. And that's just the result of it. P18 in the drivers and still P9 in the constructors. We still need those points to pass Alfa Romeo and complete our sponsor goal. But that's the end of this dismal Monaco Grand Prix. As the title says, worst race ever. But let's hopefully make sure that we never repeat something like this again. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked the video or have criticisms, teach me how to drive around Monaco better, leave it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, share the video, share the love, and let's just pray that Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, is a better race. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm the ISO Racer. Remember, life's a marathon, not a sprint, and make sure you're always in a position to win. Unlike me around Monaco. Peace out.